Hi, I have brought you to IKEA. Well, technically, I didn't take you in because it is about IKEA closes at, IKEA Glasgow anyway, closes at 9 and it is 8:45. Now, I wanted to, it's been a very busy day and I wanted to get a particular size of frame to go with the second of my 2 commissions that I'm working on at the moment. And that meant literally hot-footing it to IKEA. And the funny thing is, I thought, oh my gosh, will they let me in? I'm so near to the closing. It is packed. There are people trundling around quite happily with enormous trolleys, and I zoomed in through that little one-way system that they have, and fortunately have found exactly the kind of frame that I was looking for. So here we are. This is that upside down? Everything I hold up to this camera is upside down. Yes, so you can see a little bit different because it's space for 3. So this is a dandelion trio that I'm going to be working on, and I knew that I'd looked online and that was exactly the kind of frame I wanted, which is why I thought I'll just get this little errand done tonight, and that means from tomorrow I can focus on the work itself. Oh, and I almost forgot the best part. So I was at the checkout swiping my little family card, as you do, and I'd rifling through my purse and I saw a little IKEA voucher and I thought I'll scan it and that will confirm to me that there's nothing on it. Oh, there was the exact price of the frame on it, so happy days. That I think that must have been a return or a refund, because IKEA is generally where I get my frames, which just to keep them as simple as possible so that they're sort of easy to use, and I like to have a style that I can rely on so that I can photograph, that I can really plan my work and know exactly what I'm getting. So yeah, I don't know where that little card came from, but it was very much appreciated. So okay, commission number 2 coming up. Yeah, let me show you. So as you know, dandelions are a theme that I've drawn several times in my Glasgow Gallerina career, but I really want to make this perfect. So I have a plan for the trio in terms of height, in terms of petal direction. I am just having a lot of fun practicing different directions. There's a little fella over the page. So yeah, practicing different styles so this can be as perfect as possible using my chalk, and there's my little rubber there, and some white ink for the finished result. So yes, doing some research and working on my dandelions. So here are a couple to start with. So this piece is actually going to be a collection of 3 dandelion drawings, and I'm pleased with how these look on camera because I felt they were maybe a little too heavily petaled. I do want them to be very delicate, and it's quite tricky because the flower, it does have a lot to it, but in the past I've kind of experimented with a few styles, and this is going to be all about, there'll be a third one right here, all as part of the same frame, different heights, petals blowing in the wind. You'll also see that I look even dorkier than usual, in fact, because I have my little name badge on. I am, you can see her just behind me there, about to do Bookbug. So Bookbug is an educational programme run in libraries in Scotland. It's to encourage literacy in the under 5s, so as part of my part-time job at the library I cover quite a bit of Bookbug. So that is where I'm going later today. That is why I have my snazzy t-shirt and yeah, my little, you already know my name, but I have my badge on as well. And here is Bookbug, ready to go for a little singing session before too long. You can see I've given her bunches so that she's a girl. There's enough boy Bookbugs, I think. And here's a selection of stories, and that's my grown-up book. That's the one that I'm reading just now. I've moved you up so that you can see me a little better before you think this does not make sense compared with the last one. So I'm going to bring up my reference photos now on the computer and then get started. Pop my audiobook in as well. Okay, so I am quite happy with how my dandelions are panning out so far. As I said, this is actually a theme that I have drawn quite a few times, but I want this to be really perfect for my commission. And I have a mini plan of a kind of taller one in the centre, petals all around. This one on the left, blowing towards the left, upper left, and I will add one little black ink petal in onto the mount, hopefully, and then this little one down here blowing slightly to the right, so that they're all slightly different and quite natural looking but quite stylish too. So I feel like I don't want them to be, I was happy with how realistic these two were, but I felt the petals were maybe just not quite delicate enough. So I feel like I have, this is me talking in code to myself, I have a little system for how I am really happy with how the dandelion head looks, and it will be, the centre one will look something like this. And yeah, that's all the time I have for this morning. I shall be recommencing my dandelion drawings later today, but for now, it's the turn of Bookbug. So we are gonna go sing some songs, read some stories to some little boys and girls. See you later. Hang on, I can't hear myself with my headphones on. But yes, back from Bookbug, had a lovely song and story session with some little ones, and now I want to do a little bit of drawing before Gypsy's second walk, but I don't want to leave her by herself. She's been by herself enough today. So she is going to sit at my feet while I draw another dandelion or two. Or she was going to sit at my feet, I don't know. Pippi, are you there, Gyp? Videoing this just as much for my own record as anything else, but these are my 3 dandelion heads. So one in the centre, standing tall and proud, and then on either side, petals blowing gently through the breeze. So it will eventually make its home in this whitewood frame over here. That's the back of it, obviously. You can't see the white very easily, but this is the mount that they shall live in. Here are my many practice paintings, practice drawings. You can see I've really given quite a lot of thought to what a dandelion should look like. And then for a bit of light relief, back to my seasons, my tried and tested favourites. And here she is, commission number 2, Dandelion Daydreams, or Dandelion Trio, however you like to call it. I do like a touch of alliteration. But yes, so this is, as you can see, a trio of little dandelions. Now, I'm sorry for the reflections, first of all. The piece is already in her frame, just getting ready to wrap her, and that's why I wanted to give you a quick preview. So obviously, usually when I take artwork, hello, I can see myself now. When I take artwork on video or in camera, usually I leave the glass out, but today you can see yourself very well. So here you can hopefully see little petal detail. And then the dandelions themselves. I really enjoyed creating this so much. It's for a lovely customer. She's been very supportive, very kind about my work, and I really hope this achieves what she wanted in the piece. And just panning out, here are the three side by side. In fact, this customer's been particularly kind and also added in a single dandelion to her order, so we are really hot to trot. The dandelions are flying through the studio, and I am now off to wrap this little lady. I have really enjoyed working on these two commissions. Very different styles, one in paint, one more illustrative, and very happy to be sending them both off now to their rightful homes. Something I've started doing quite recently is giving every painting a title. Well, they always had titles in my head, and now I have decided to give them titles in reality as well. So I found these beautiful little heart-shaped labels, and every painting now has one of these on the back. This is an unusual shape to wrap, so that worked out pretty well. I'm quite happy with how this has gone. And yeah, lilac tissue ribbon, this is how I generally wrap my orders. If you've already had a Glasgow Gallerina purchase, you'll know that. If not, where have you been? Come and I'll make something pretty for you. I may have gone slightly overboard with my handmade with love stickers, but you know what? It is handmade with love. Now I shall bring on the big old bubble wrap.